Well, hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Emmett and today I'm going to be doing some photography, some landscape photography that's much more spontaneous and unplanned and unscripted than what I normally do. Alright, so I'm not going to record very long, but I pulled off the road right here next to somebody's field, which is why I'm not going to record, because I'm just along the road by someone's field, which feels a little bit weird, but I spotted a tree that looks really cool, and I'm actually going to grab my camera, jump out, take a quick picture of it, and then drive on down the road. So normally when I come out on one of these landscape photography photo shoots, there's a fair amount of planning that goes into this process that you guys don't really see. So I pick out a location for where I want the photo shoot to be. I check the weather, I get everything in my bag, and while I may or may not have actually been to the spot before, I have a fair amount of a plan of where I'm going to go, what time I'm going to get there, how the light might look then, and so forth. And my plan had been to come out this morning and do landscape photography. That's been my plan for the past week or so now. But I've just been really busy with other things and haven't had the time to really plan out what this photo shoot is going to look like, where I'm gonna go, and so forth. So last night I was thinking about it and I was like, well, you know what? Rather than canceling the photo shoot, I'm gonna go out and I'm just gonna walk around in the woods, leave the tripod behind, take some handheld pictures, and see if I can get anything that's kind of cool that way. And this is kind of really my philosophy of photography, is that when I'm doing this landscape photography, I'm really out here mostly for my own enjoyment and for relaxation, to de-stress and unwind and things like that. And as much as I really do care about the results, I want to get good photos. I think about my photography composition and things like that. But as much as I care about that, mostly what I want is to really enjoy myself and to have fun. And if I get a great photo, and if you guys enjoy looking at it, if you enjoy watching the video, that's really kind of a bonus, right? And so really, today, if I have a really good time and if I get de-stressed from this really busy week, that's more important to me really than if I get really great photos out here. So like I said, I've left the tripod behind today. I don't really think I need it. I'm just gonna handheld some stuff. Probably not gonna tell you guys too much about the camera settings and things like that today, and I'm just gonna focus on enjoying the woods and taking some photos. And if I get anything good, obviously I'll put it up on the screen for you guys to have a look at. Maybe I'll put up some ones that I don't think are that good too, so that you get an idea how the photo shoot was. But with that, there's a tree right here that I'm gonna try to take some pictures of. Not exactly certain how to work out because I don't have my camera in my hand, and I'm gonna wander around in these woods, take some pictures, and we'll see what happens. Now, to be completely honest, guys, this type of woodland photography, taking pictures of trees and such, is not really my specialty. I'm not terribly good at it, to be honest. So this is a good opportunity for me to practice. I think it's a good skill to have, but it's not something that I feel like I'm that good at. So, don't judge my pictures too hard. I'm still learning this, right? But yeah. Well, this is a cool tree right here as well. Part of my problem with woodland photography might be that I stop and take a picture of every single tree that I see. So I just took this picture right now of this tree that's right here. And I'm actually really quite happy with the way that turned out. So I think this photo shoot idea might actually pan out for me. So that is where sort of that path through the woods ends, and there's some open space here under these power lines that I might try to get a picture of, because it's a little bit more of a open landscape. I'm not sure how interesting it is with the power lines, but I might try it, and then I'll go back to kind of hiking around in the woods. Not sure how much more time I want to spend out here on this today, but yeah, pretty happy with it so far. I'm also looking around as I'm out here for places that will look interesting with fall leaves on them, because fall is definitely approaching right now. It's a little cooler today than it was. I have on some jeans and I had on a jacket earlier, so that the weather's definitely cooling down. Fall's approaching. A few leaves are even falling off some trees as I say that, and so I'm definitely looking for places that might look interesting with that fall foliage on them, kind of scouting that out for the future. So those are some kind of fun shots. I messed around a little bit, but not too much here, because I think this will look a lot more interesting when it's got some fall leaves on it. But definitely keeping an eye on this as a potential place to come back to. It's a little windy, my camera's falling over. Alright, so I'm gonna move on. I am starting to get back into the woods a little bit right now. It's just fall, but it is about 11 o'clock right now, and so we just really don't have any sort of morning light anymore, but it is definitely part of the downside of not getting to plan your photo shoot out as well. Is you don't make it out the door as early, right? I think I went back to my car like 5 times this morning, or back in my house like 5 times this morning, back to the car with stuff that I just remembered that I needed. So at least for me, when things aren't really as planned, they don't go quite as smoothly, and I don't get out the door as early. So there's just not the morning light right now that there used to be. And so for that reason, I probably won't take too many more photos before I head out. But I'm just kind of on the way back toward the car right now. And so it's photograph anything I see along the way, obviously, and then just take off after that. Now this is nice right here, so I might try for a picture of this with the path underneath these trees. I think that could maybe work. I just tried a shot throwing some leaves in front of the camera because I wanted some falling leaves, but the wind was just not cooperating. I'm not really sure if it worked or not, to be honest, but I had fun attempting it. Well, unfortunately, there comes a time in every photo shoot where I have to make myself put the camera away and head home, if nothing else for the sake of the clock. Today, the lights, the morning light is really kind of gone at this point. It's getting later in the day, and so I really just don't have the time or the light really to stay out here any longer. If there's a few last photos, I'll put them up on the screen for you right now. And then I'm gonna hike out of here, head home, and continue with things. But this was, if nothing else, a very relaxing photo shoot. I think I've gotten a few pictures that I'm happy with, but I haven't put them on the computer yet, so I don't really know for sure. It's hard to say on the camera screen. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you hadn't, so you don't miss more things like this. And yeah, as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.